What are the things that should be measured in our lives? Do you have thought of the things that must be measured? What are those things? If we are not aware of the things that we must measure, it is next to impossible to manage them. What can be then? If we have to find out, the first thing we need is awareness. Many of us in this situation, what is going around us, what we are doing, we are just following some patterns that someone develops and brings in front of us, ready-made. We have been so much into automation, ready-made stuffs, and that's what is bringing such a mess. That's what I believe. And I have put you some instances in many circumstances how the things have gone through. We are terrified with this situation. I'm not giving you any medical suggestion, do this or do that. But do you measure your energy and emotion? That is the baseline of your life. If you don't, isn't it the right time to think about it and start measuring how much energy you have, how it gets drained? When you feel more energy, what makes you feel more energetic and what makes you feel less energetic? If you want to earn penny, if you want to earn dollar, it may be easy, but do you know how to spend them? The management is everything. Many people, they don't care, and that's where the problem starts from. Let me start the energy that we have in body. What is the role? How much it helps to stay us healthy, and if there is the absence of the energy, how we get sick. Self-scientist Bruce Lipton, he has written a book called The Biology of Belief. If we read him and we try to find the truth behind energy, behind the magnetic field, because energy always creates a field. We know very well, if there is electrical energy, there is electrical field. If there is magnetic energy, there is magnetic field. So if the body has energy, that creates a field. And a field always acts negatively and positively. So what kind of the field we have, that kind of health we carry. That is very obvious and very simple secret many of us don't want to even take care of. So what kind of energy you have? When you are sad, when you are mad, when you are happy, try to compare. It is not a rocket science. Anybody can calculate, measure what kind of energy you really have at these moments. When you are sad, when you are mad, when you are happy. So what you have to cultivate within yourself? Madness, happiness, sadness, stress. What do you have now? What are people spreading all over the world? We have seen people are so busy, they are so careful, and they keep digging up all the negativity from all over the world, and they are bringing in front of us. Do you think that works? We are human. We can relate how it makes feel others. Still, what works and what doesn't work? If we go in daily life, what we see every day, some people are dying, others are arriving to this world. Birth and deaths, they are the part of our lives. But where have we focused? We are so much focused into death of our nears and dears that we are doing unjustification to those who are being born, who need lives. So can we imagine what kind of the impact will happen in few years? When I say someone who is born, that doesn't mean a baby. That means every cell that reproduces in daily basis. Many of us may be thinking it's our age, we are not growing, but that is not true. We have cell division in our body every day, and billions of cells replace dead cells. And that's where the energy is balanced from. If the new cells are not born, if the cell division doesn't happen, we will lack of the body cells, and finally we will lack of energy. Because we know every body cell carries 1.4 volt, and we are made up of 50 trillion cells. That's what cell scientists they say. So if we are sad, we are mad, we are not happy, what happens to our body cell? Our body cells, they stop growing, and that's where the decrease of body cells start happening. So if the energy starts decreasing, what we can expect? After some time, definitely our body will go weak and we can fall sick. Simple science. We don't need to be scientists to understand this natural phenomenon. But what is happening in this world now? We are so much into our culture. Culture and tradition is only when the system is running perfectly. But in diverse situation, in adverse situation, we must have to be wise and aware. People, they demand if someone dies, we have to cry together. Do we think if we start crying together that will help the person who has died? We can say we didn't pay the tribute, we didn't give the respect to the person who died. How inhuman we can be, how insensitive we can be. Someone is dying and others are dancing. Others are making fun, others are making joke, cracking joke. Is that okay? In normal situation, no, it's not okay. But in this situation, where people are dying not because of so-called pandemic, they are dying because they are lacking their energy. They are lacking their courage, motivation. Maybe many of you be thinking this is BS. I know what is happening because you are expert. But have you seen how people are getting sick? If it is because of the strength of these viruses or whoever is controlling it, why the same virus cannot harm equally everyone? What is the reason behind it? I have challenged so many times. Why it doesn't happen to those who don't believe it, who don't care about it? Many people here, they have tried to become the God now. You are not the God, sir. Accept it. Acceptance is everything. Accept it, you are not a God. You cannot decide what works and what doesn't work for me. I'm completely different from you and you are completely different from me. We all are different entity. Like, if I am good with non-veg food, you may be not good with non-veg food. Many people, they feel energetic when they have good environment of eating and drinking. Others, they feel sick when they go to that environment. How you can decide that I have to take wine, I have to take beer, vitamin, this, that, non-veg so that I can become healthy? Health matters, not what you want to feed me. I have seen so many doctors, so many physicians, they recommend this non-veg food must be given to the patient who is sick. And they force them to have that kind of the food most of the time so that they can have better health. If it is only about the health, why should someone follow some specific foods? It is only about the health. If I can maintain the same health without having those kind of food, do you think I have also to eat? I have to just break all the rules of vegetarian and I have to start eating non-veg so that I can become healthy and I can fight with coronavirus or anything you say? It is all about fighting and not being infected. If I can fight against any disease without any interference from outside, what is the use of the interference? Why should I use everything that someone says I have to? I know there are 20 people Out of 20, 15 are good with one environment, one situation, and 5 are good with another environment, another situation. How we can force someone to do that? It is all about energy, how I carry myself, my emotion, what kind of emotion I have. These two things, the basic things that everybody should be aware of. If they are not, I don't think they can have the better health, because it is not about pills. If we depend on pill and every moment I have to survive with that pills, do you think that helps me? Whereas I can stay healthy, happy, without any pill, without any aid. Why should I use the help, the assistance, if I am able to live my life independently? Should I beg for charity if I can make money, if I can feed myself? Now, some may claim, why do you want to work? Why do you need to work? I will feed you. That's what's happening. Why my body immune system has to work? Someone has found something very special for me, and that will be injected to me and I will be safe forever. Who guarantees? Who is sure about the complications? If some complications happens with me, if I die or my life will have some complications, threatenings, who will take care of that? Is there anybody who can write that the person is guaranteeing these all things? If I die, nobody is liable, even no liability. This is the situation. So, measuring risk versus measuring what I'm using, I'm really worried about it. I am not sick. I am healthy. I don't have even a single symptom, and still I have to follow that. Isn't that something so stupid? If I do it, you have to do it because our group says, our people says, our teammates says. No, this should not happen. It is inhuman. It is bad. If you want to stay slave, slavery is not only someone makes you work according to their will. Slavery is also any kind of control that people want to establish against your willpower, your desire. You want to do something else, and the others, they want to do something else. Every 6 months, every 3 months, if you have to go through a screening, no matter you are sick or you are healthy, isn't it slavery? I'm feeling the next level of slavery. People are getting smarter. Digital masters, digital slaves. I really don't want to become digital slave. But digital masters are ready to make us. They have so many measurements. They are measuring and deciding our health, whether I am sick or I am healthy. Even if I don't feel any kind of problem, someone will decide by the measurement. They will measure, okay, how many kg I am? I am 60 kg. 60 kg, you are sick. You have to be 60.1 kg. By 1 kg, you are sick. So you have to eat these pills, these medicines, and then you will be healthy. For point 1, you have to go in my prescription, my diet plan. Otherwise, you will be expelled from this world. You will be kicked out of this country or this society. What kind of insanity we are talking about? We don't want to talk to someone who is not doing as we are doing. No matter how great life the person is living, how healthy the person is. Isn't it something ridiculous that we have to think about it? Who decide how much blood pressure I should have? My body, my health, or the protocol? Do you know Mahatma Gandhi, how much his blood pressure was? Go and Google it, you will find. And he never died. 250 by 140, 150 almost. That's what I found in Google. And he didn't die. Someone had to kill him, shot him. So it is individual. What someone feels, what someone lives, there should not be the interference. You measure my health, you measure my happiness, you will decide and you will give me a car, okay, sit in this side the car and you will be happy. Take this nice coat, nice shoes and you will be happy. Do you know what makes me happy? If you don't know, how do you measure? How do you decide my happiness? I have seen this insanity all over our society. Everywhere we are deciding what will make this guy happy, what will make this guy healthy. We are not measuring the real measurement that we need to. It started from the energy, emotion, and I went a little far. So my concern is, let's not be ridiculous. Let people not laugh. The history will always be there. No matter we die, we live, history will always be there. If someone doesn't have leg, fine, put the leg for them so that they can run, they can walk. Someone who is walking fine, who is running fine, do you want cut their leg and put your prosthetic leg so that they can walk? Come on, guys. What kind of insanity you are trying to create in this world? Are you okay if you think deeply, if you think with awareness? Many problems that we are facing now are not the problem. The fear. What is fear? Fear is overthinking, right? We keep thinking on something and we start overthinking, and then the subject becomes fear. And the researchers have shown 90% of the incident that we fear of, they never happen in our lives. Isn't it something very interesting? And people work on those fears most of the time. So where we focus, where we prioritize, what we are worried about, most of the time they don't even happen. There were the researches, and researchers found 95% of clinical visits are because of panic. Something happens, we get panic. We don't have awareness and we run to the emergency. And once we get to the emergency, we find everything perfect. And most of them are sent back home. And it has happened so many times with me, with my family members. We have been many times to the emergency with some complications, sometimes pain, sometimes other things. By the time we reach emergency, everything is perfect and we come back. I think this has happened to so many other people too. This is how it is. Are we panicked? Are we trying to fix everything that we don't need to fix even? If someone is sick, fine, we must fix that. If someone is having some kind of health problem, definitely we have to fix that. But those who are perfectly fine, oh, please, let's not do that. The history will laugh at us. How idiot we are. We are trying to cut someone's leg and put prosthetic leg, and then we say, yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. Now the person can walk. Better he was running without your prosthetic leg. Don't try to give me what findings you have, what invention you have. If someone doesn't want. There is the freedom of choice too. Don't try to be the God. You are not the God. You are simple human who is struggling to survive, who doesn't have even surety what time the time will end. Let's not become the God. Measure only those things that helps us to grow and become better.